What's up, y'all? Today we're going to be doing a fantasy football recap. Uh, Again, I'm in two leagues right now. One of them a Yahoo league, one of them an ESPN league. This is going to be the ESPN league recap. Again, I will not be talking about my Yahoo league on air, on YouTube, whatever you want to call it. But yeah. So, anyways, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and recap my team real quick. There's been a lot of moves around since I recorded the video. But my team, let me look at it real quick. Tua is my quarterback. Samaje Perine's my running back. Hawkinson is my tight end. Connor is my flex. Those are some moves that changed. I had Kirk at wide receiver. I'm not making that mistake again. He played horrible this week. Did not get the ball more than like twice. So yeah, I'm never throwing him the ball ever again. I ended up trading for Zay Flowers because somehow somebody let me get Zay Flowers. I think I had to trade. I think it was Kamara for Flowers straight up. So I like that trade, but let me know how you like that trade. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the weekend recap, the weekend games, all that stuff. So we're gonna do a weekend like true NFL recap tomorrow. Again, I thought I would recap the recap and then preview the Thursday night matchup all in the same video. And it would be a lot easier to do that if, it was the day before, because that way we know injury reports, stuff like that. But yeah. So, my game, I beat Matthew, who's in the league, 130.24 to 99. Again, I had Tua Tagovailoa, who had 27, Madison, who had 13, Samaje Perine, who had 11, Tyreek Hill, who had 44, and then Kirk, who had 1 or 1.9, Hawkinson, who had 11, Connor, who had 12, Pittsburgh's defense, who had 3, and then Carolina's kicker, who had 5. And then I want to say Diggs, because that's what his name is based off of, is a Diggs pun. But it's Matthew. He had Justin Fields, who had 14, Henry, who had 14, Aaron Jones, who had 26, Diggs, who had 26, Moore, who had 4, Andrews, who was hurt, you just forgot to bench him, and then Lockett, who had 3, Cincinnati's defense, who had 6, and then Carlson, who had 5. So, again, we're not going to do that for every matchup, but I thought I'd do that for my matchup, because I feel like I'm going to zone in on my matchup a lot more. But anyways, let's go to the next matchup. Who is that? I believe that is, Preston. He had, again, we all use fake names in this. It's a bunch of puns I'm not going to say out loud because they're very offensive. He had 104. He won. Nate had 87, or at least I believe that's Nate. Yes, that is Nate. And then I believe that is, Alex. He had 61, and he was absolutely creamed by Tymir, who had 83. But again, both of them didn't really do great. Tymir, actually, funny story, he did not know how to set up his lineup because he has never used ESPN Fantasy. So he was kind of confused. So he ended up starting Jonathan Taylor, who, again, didn't really do great. And he wanted to change that up, but he couldn't. He didn't know how to. But, I mean, I don't think his bench would have done much better. He had Raheem Mostert, so that would have helped a little bit, I guess. But, yeah, just not a great one. And then Asher, he's made a lot of finessing trades. He's gotten Cooper Kupp back, everything like that. But Cooper Kupp's hurt, of course. And he's got McCaffrey, Jacobs. He just recently traded DK Metcalf for Jamar Chase, which is a stupid trade. But he somehow was able to fleece that. He has Chris Olave. He has Kyle Pitts, who I believe he was able to get rid of somehow for Darren. He also got Darren Waller for Pitts. He's been making some crazy moves. And then he has San Francisco's defense and Graham Gano, who had -2. But anyways, he beat Braden 106.74 to 64.16. Sorry, can't friggin' talk. And then Evan, he had 116.36. He lost to Peyton, who had 131.84. Peyton had Dallas's defense, which again helped majorly, 35 points for Dallas defense, as is absolutely insane. I played against Dallas's defense in another league. I ended up losing by 2 because of that. Thankfully, Diggs kind of made that look a little bit better. It was a much more lopsided game, but Diggs made it look slightly better. Anyways, let's go to the final matchup, which is, I believe that is, yep, Carson. He had 93, and then I believe that is Winston. He had 121.52. So, again, a win. Let's go through the league standings right now. Tell you who's. Again, highest scorer was Peyton. That was, again, due to Dallas's defense. He beat me by, like, point. I think he beat me by, like, 4 points. Again, I had 1.30 or something. I had a good week. He had a great week. But, yeah. And then Winston, he had, how many points did he total have? He had 12. He had 121. So let's just go down the list. Peyton, he had 131.84. I had 130.24. Winston had 121.52. Asher had 106.74. Aaron Hernandez had 104.24. Tymir had 83.14. Evan had 116. Wait, why is he ahead of him then? I don't know. Oh, because he's 0-1. That's why. Evan had 116, but now it's basically everybody's tied. So everybody from Tymir and up is tied for first. Then from Evan down, they're losing. Again, Evan had a great week. He would have beaten half the league, except he had happened to play Peyton. 116.36. Matthew, 99.84. He was not the lowest score, however. There were much worse. Carson, he had 93. Nate had 87.52. Again, not nearly the worst. Braden had 84.16. Again, he had his team was mostly Chiefs players, except for Patrick Mahomes. Basically, he had most of the Chiefs skill players. Which again, Kelsey, he had to replace him with somebody. I don't know who he replaced him with, but he didn't do great. And then Alex, who has literally said many times that he is done caring, and he never really cared in the first place. He now has 61. He had 61.8. Again, just absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'm hoping to see how this league goes again. Every year I feel like I start out good and then something crazy happens, like an injury, and I collapse. But yeah, anyways, that was week 1 of NFL fantasy football. Let me know how your team did, and how you feel like your season's gonna go. And again, I feel very good that I was able to grab Tua off of wires. I think I traded Tua for whoever my quarterback was before. I think it was Geno. And I feel very good about that now because Geno did not play great. And yeah, I also, by the way, I picked up Sam Howell. He's now on my bench. I hope that Tua doesn't get hurt. Of course, you never want injuries, but I now do feel confident in my backup because, again, I've always been a Sam Howell guy. But now that Sam Howell is back, I'm like, no, Sam Howell played great last week. And trust me, we're going to have a in-depth kind of recap of the games, see how they all went. But yeah, if you enjoyed this week as much as I did for college, NFL, everything that you enjoyed, leave a like down below, leave a comment about your team and how they did. And yeah, hope to see you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.